Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of our One Punch Man The Strongest basic series account review. So today we are at Server7 reviewing the account of our clubmate KwonYuri. So KwonYuri is actually a pilot taking over another person's account. So he mentioned that he did some tweaking to this account after taking over and he wants to seek a second opinion on what are the directions to take for this account. So currently he's at 168 in the power ranking and he's at rank 29 for his arena ranking, which is pretty good. And on top of that, you notice that a lot of people are trying to challenge him and he managed to defend against quite a number of them. And this is his current lineup. So because he don't have a RMG, so he's using a tornado as a temporary esper. And also he has his CK channel, so I believe these three characters and also the watchdog, so I believe these three characters is holding most of the SAC itself, and also he's running the Juro core, which is very good. So in this case he's running a speed 1 cycles, which is okay because he don't have the RNG. So usually people with RNG will actually choose to put cycles at a lower speed. Reason being, once he were to use the auto attack, then the RMG with P5 can actually use 2 auto attack on the same target. So because he doesn't have that, then in this case speed 1 cycles is fine. So ideally he want to tighten this 2 speed gap, and speed 3 carnage is also okay. Next we will be looking at his basics, so we will start from the left side. So his training halls are all pretty well done. He managed to max all his training halls 1 to 7. And for his skill training and also the battle training, he might need to put some effort into this. So how he's gonna max it is essentially he will focus on only the attack and the HP. Reason being, for these 2 training halls itself, the negative outcome is more than positive, so essentially it's close to impossible to max out all 3 stats. So what he do, he will click on the +1 and also look for only the attack and the HP. So in this case his attack is +2 and his HP is -1, so essentially +2 and -1, it will give you a positive 1 outcome. So in this case he will go ahead and save it. So over time he will actually max out both the attack and the HP and ignoring the defense itself. Next we will be looking at the cost. So for the cost itself is somewhat decently leveled up, and also he's using the meta core, so the Mosquito, Sea King, Zombie, and also Dr. Janus. Then in this case, for this Amai core, he can actually swap it with Journal's core once he draw for the ATT next month. Reason being, for this Amai core itself, he's not making use of the injury damage and also the single attack rate itself. Maybe the CK is currently using it. However, once he drops for the ATT, definitely replace it with this. And for the home request itself, I noticed that he actually have a 3-star quest itself. So this is not okay. Ideally, you want to put on 2 special quests and 4 4-star quests every day. So if let's say you do not have all these, then it's okay to just use up the 25 diamonds to refresh the home request once to make your 2 special and 4 4-stars. Reason being, for special quest itself, it actually gives you your core supply ticket. So over time you can actually save quite a lot of these core supply tickets, and once the rate up comes, you can actually draw for the cores that you want and also to level the cores. Next, we will be looking at his figurines. So figurines, I noticed that he is not focusing much on it. Reason being, over here you can take a look, he has 1.4 thousand Grappler badges left over. And also if you take a look at his other elements itself, for example high tech, he has 800 plus. And if you take a look at other characters, for example the end characters over here, he actually have quite a number of badges, and he's able to raise all these stars for these characters. So why he want to do that? If you look at the top, it says 5-star progress 3 out of 4, meaning to say if let's say he raised this character up to 5-star, all his characters will get a 1% boost on the attack, defense and HP. So essentially, if let's say he use up all his badges whenever he has enough shards, his account will definitely be in a better spot right now. Next, we will be looking at his Club War team. So for his Club War team itself, is pretty good in the sense that he have made all the characters with his SAC into one team. However, he might actually want to put in his CK. I believe it's not used. Yeah, so in this case, it will make his team a lot stronger. Then another thing I noticed is that his training center has actually 3 Espers, 2 Duelists, and 2 Grapplers with 1 high tech. This is not very okay because your resources will be very weirdly distributed. What I'll suggest is actually take up the Mosquito and put in a Child Emperor instead. Yeah, so to make your 2 characters of each element. Then also another thing I noticed is that his skills are actually level 80, however his training limit is 74. So I believe after taking over the account, he actually made these changes itself. So in order to correct it, I will actually suggest the Mosquito replaced with the Child Emperor, and also between these Watchdog and Tank Top, I will actually suggest to take out one of them and put in your CK into it. Because for CK, I believe the skills are a lot higher than these 2 characters. Then for any other characters that is not part of these 8 that you selected over here in these spots, then you don't put in any skill books into them. If let's say you want to clear your daily quest, you just one tap the skills. Okay, let me show you. If let's say you want to clear the quest, right, you just purchase this, and then you look for a character with level 1 skills, for example this character. So you just one tap. So in this case, after one tap, I managed to get it to a 3 level up. So in this case, I would have cleared my daily quest for it. And also any other skill points and skill book must go inside these 8 characters that you put up over here. It's very important to do that in order to raise up your skill training limit over here on the right side. Because with a low skill training limit, your characters inside the training center will be very weak. And when it comes to Apex and also Club War, when your training center is very important to raise up your Team 2 and Team 3 strength itself, it will be very, very obvious that you are running a low level skill characters. So how you correct it is essentially you take a look at over here. So if let's say you see that the characters have some skills into them, then you might want to check whether they are the leaders inside the training center or not. So for example, Tank Top, he has level 10 skills and he's actually be replaced by the CK. So once you replace, right, you can actually reverse the Tank Top. So over here you can just click on reverse, and if you take a look, he's actually holding to 200 plus skill books. Oh, and also another thing is that don't hold on to your skill books. So once you have enough skill books, right, you just raise the skills for these characters and click on evolve to actually raise their skill level limit. So from there, you keep on purchasing the skill points, and from there you just raise the skill levels. So over time, you can actually raise your skill training limit over here. Then it will help to improve your whole team or your 3 teams. Next, we will be looking at your SAC count. So as of now, you have 471 total SAC, and it's distributed, I would say, not very evenly among your 3 main characters. So your Kabuto, your Genos, and your Watchdog. So the ones in yellows are the one to reverse. So after reversing, right, you put all these SAC that you get around 18 SAC. So you put this 18 SAC into your watchdog talent itself in order to open the talent tree for your watchdog. So from there, you can actually raise up the HP nodes for your watchdog to make it more tanky and also be able to do more damage. And last, we will be looking at your black ticket count. So for black ticket, as of now, you have 150 over here. So what I will suggest is actually to draw for ATT on August and skip the Armine on September, go directly to the bomb core and draw for Sonic. Sonic is because will actually require a good duelist for your bomb core itself. So having a Sonic will fill that role, and on top of that, it will help you to fill the role of the Speed Racer because you missed out on the Armine. So in this case, no choice because your black ticket is really not enough. So after getting a Sonic, your team will improve quite a bit. Then from there, you take up the KwonYuri, which with the Sonic speed buff itself, it can actually put on the stuns onto the opponents. So having your ATT, Bomb, Sonic, and KwonYuri into one team, it will actually be very, very strong. So this is the general guidelines to take. So as of now, your Genos is 3.6 million HP. So essentially, your watchdog needs to be 5.14 million. Because for Armine itself, it has ulti, which will actually reduce the target max HP by 30%. However, as of now, I would say it's not doable according to your SAC count. In this case, what I will actually recommend is to actually reverse your SAC, put it into the Watchdog Man talent, and raise the HP nodes for the talents 1, 2, and 3. And after getting the Watchdog up to a decent standard, from there you use your Genos, your current Genos gear, and you swap it with the Watchdog gear on September when Armine release. This one is to raise the HP of the Watchdog and decrease the HP of the Genos. So essentially, the Armine will be outing on the Watchdog. This one is very important because if let's say you do not do this right, your SAC that you put on the Genos itself, after the reduction, it will decrease by a lot. So essentially, your damage will be affected severely. However, if let's say you own self go and reduce the HP, you can actually put in other items such as your crit gear and your crit damage gears. So although you use less SAC, however the damage still remains the same and you're not wasting the SAC. Then after drawing for the bomb core itself, what I'll recommend is actually remove the Watchdog SAC and also the Capital SAC to put inside your APT and also vaccine, so to prepare for the bomb core ahead of time. And afterwards, just wait for the Sonic will do. So all in all, I feel that this is a somewhat mismanaged account. However, because this one is mainly because of the characters that you own. So currently you own a lot of these PvP oriented SSR characters. So for example, your Genos and your Watchdog. So it's very difficult for you to do well in PvP as of right now because of all your these foundation problem. So your training center, figurines, home requests, course, and home training. So instead, I will actually suggest you to focus on this basic first and not to stress too much on the PvP aspect. So I noticed that for your tournament, you did not made it in. I'm not too sure on whether it's because of your attempts or you're not able to take out the opponent's unit. However, I would say it's a bit of both because you do not have RMG, so your monster ranking is severely affected. However, as of right now, I would not suggest you to chase for a rerun RMG. A reason being, even if you have the characters right, it's very difficult for you to keep up with the rest of the players. So instead, what I recommend is just focus on the basics and draw for the next set of good characters itself. So that's all for today. I hope that you found this video helpful, and if you like the video, please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. With that, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.